Have you subscribed? I have one subscribe sign here, one here. So, welcome back, guys. Thank you very much for coming back. I am excited to share my life journey on YouTube with. I'm excited to share my life journey on YouTube with a stranger, but I hope this is good for some. So without further ado, let's begin. The day I arrived in New York City. The rest of these will be said without a script because I'm more comfortable to just go with my memory rather than writing anything. I never even wrote at school, just like you guys know. I'm not a really good writer type of thing. So anyway, have you subscribed? If you haven't, please subscribe. I'm putting this in front of me so you won't forget the whole show. Anyway, February 25th, 1988, I arrived to New York City, JFK. My cousin came pick me up. This is like a kid's story, but my cousin came and picked me up and we drove to the city. She was living at that time in Manhattan on 34th Street and First Avenue. So we drove to the city, and the minute we are coming to the city, I felt like I was born here. I really no BS. I was born here. I just fell in love with the city. And we had dinner at night. I slept. The next morning I got up and I walked around the city. I looked at these tall buildings and I got dizzy. I had to come back home and just digest that city. That city is big. I mean, it's way more than what I thought it's going to be. But I love New York City. That's it. So they introduced me to this one guy, that Iranian guy, that he was in real estate. And I went and met him at Rockefeller Plaza, where his office was, 19th floor, 1919 Rockefeller Plaza. And he offered me a job for $5 an hour. What a deal! $5 an hour. You can't even buy a burger now these days for $5 an hour. You go to a fast food, it's like, gosh, it's like $17 you go to get a sandwich. Anyway, $5 an hour, I started working for him. It wasn't like construction work. I was just working at his office. I would grab the newspaper, read through the ads, who's selling what, who's not selling. I show it to him, and then he said, well, can you go check out the building and see? I think he was just like trying to get me like going. He was just helping me out. That's what I thought. And then I go meet him, because he would never come to the office. I go meet him at Waldorf Astoria. He was always there at 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. He had his own table, and then 6 p.m. dinner time, and he always, most of the time, he eat fish. A nice guy, very nice guy, very nice guy. He became a millionaire at that time. I mean, he was here for a long time, and he helped lots of people. I mean, that guy is a very nice guy, very nice guy. I do talk to him once in a while, and our phone conversation might last like about 3-4 hours. So it's a long talk. Anyway, so I got a job from him. Then I looked around, find another job at this place called Rafi Custom Lab, I was doing film processing back in Iran and doing sales. So this was more in my forte. I started working for Rafi, and I was there for a few months, and I decided to go to Rochester, RIT, and study. So here you go, Dawood is going to RIT. So I went there, and this place is freezing. I mean, your butt is gonna be on the ice, you know. Anyway, I got there. I went to school. I got accepted. All of those things. I didn't even have any diploma or anything like that, but I did a test, so I got accepted. And then I bought a car, and the car first car I bought, it was Mazda 626. Red color, baby. Red like this. Subscribe. Can you see this subscribe red here? It's like that. Mazda 626, and it was a challenge to buy it because nobody was selling me a car. I had no credit. Credit was zero. I had no credit, no income, no credit. I'm buying a car. But hey, oh no, I did have a job there too. I found a job there right away. I found a job, but the job wasn't paying enough. It's like I was getting paid like $280 a week. Then I went to RIT. I studied for like about 2 months. Then weather got really cold, and I said, no, it's not my spot. So I went back to Rafi, and Rafi laughed at me and said, I told you you'll come back, Dawood. I told you you'll come back. Anyway, I was working with Rafi, and then I had another job delivering video VHS, because at that time, I mean, most of you young people, you don't remember, at one time there was a VHS. There was not a streaming, no YouTube, no digital, nothing like that. Everything was just like analog, basically. Walking the whole New York City, delivering stuff, and I was actually living at a Baha'i center as a caretaker. So for a few months, I had no rent. I mean, I hustled to get the thing going, and I did get it going. So I made a trip to Arizona Baha'i Conference, from Arizona to California, California to Seattle. I came in winter time, and when I arrived in California, I went to my cousin's house in Newport Beach, and boy, kids are swimming in this, and it's like December 25th, and kids are swimming. I said, I'm in the wrong place. I'm gonna come back. So I went to Seattle, then went to New York, handed the key to Rafi, and I had a Oldsmobile at that time, because when I went back from RIT to New York City, within a week, they stole my car in front of me. Yes, they stole my car. The car story is very interesting. Let me just get this here right now. The car story is this. I'm standing on 11th Street and Broadway with some friends. We're talking. All of a sudden, my car was parked across the street. All of a sudden, my car, running. I ran after the car. I dropped myself on the hood. Then the guy drove, and I fell on the floor. I mean, on this street. It was like one of those James Bond type of thing. And then I got a cab. I said, follow that car, and we lost it. But anyway, after like 2 months, I saw the same guy selling watches in Union Station. So I went to the police station. They sent me with a couple of undercover cops. They arrested the guy, but they didn't hold him more than a day, because it was my word against his word. So it was like, I blew up at $5,600 there, and insurance didn't pay me, because New York law is crazy. I had to take a picture of under of the car, and I never did that. I didn't know that. The insurance agent didn't tell me. So another crook right there. So long story short, I have an Oldsmobile. I went to Rafi. I said, Rafi, I'm gone. He said, I insist you keep the key, because you're going to come back. I said, Rafi, I'm not coming back. So I put everything in my car, and drove across the country. Part 2 coming tomorrow. Have a great night. Don't forget to subscribe. I love you all. Thanks a lot, and have a wonderful night. Bye.